In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to replace your master cylinder in a Subaru Forester. It's located in the engine compartment near the firewall on the driver's side. You're going to disconnect your battery terminal, your negative terminal, with a 10mm wrench. You're going to wipe the cap, take the cap off, get something to siphon out the fluid. We use this turkey baster looking thing. You're going to take out your filter, place it on your rag, make sure you don't get brake fluid anywhere, it will take the paint off. You're going to place your hose down in there and siphon out the fluid. I have a drip pan ready. I'm going to go back in one more time just to make sure I got it all. Inspect your master cylinder, make sure the fluid is gone. Mine's good. I'm going to put my filter back in, put the cap back on, and place my drip pan away from the job. All right, we are going to disconnect this connector using a small flathead. We're just going to pinch that, push it in, and pull it out. Set this off to the back probably to get it out of your way. Next thing is this. We're going to disconnect our lines. I'm going to use a 12mm line wrench. I'm going to start with the furthest one away first. Slide it on and loosen it up. Once you get it loose, you can usually go to a regular wrench. Before I do that, I'm going to disconnect this one as well. Same size. Okay, make sure you have a drip pan below. All right, so you're going to use something like a rag or an absorbent pad just to catch any remainder brake fluid that may be in there or in the line. Once that's there, you can take the line out and just put it down a little bit. Now I'm going to work on this one. Yep, that's free in a way. It's just stuck inside. There we go. So again, I'm going to just put that down there for now, get it out of my way. Next, we're going to get to this bolt back here, and then this bolt. All right, so I'm going to use a 12mm socket with an extension, and I'm going to crack loose my nuts. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go for the other one. Just down here. Take that off, set it aside. All right, so now we've taken off our nuts and we are now going to gently remove from our booster, which is this bracket for the that was behind that nut is just going to be pushed to the side. Let's not forget to put that back for when we put the new one in. we are. All right, so you're going to want to check your seal, make sure there's no brake fluid on it or in there. And we're just going to clean out this area, wipe this down. Do not get brake fluid inside this booster. We are going to take the cap off. We are going to take our plugs out. And then we're going to bench bleed the master cylinder. You are going to need these in the future, so don't lose them. You're going to need fittings or a hose, fittings and a hose, or you can use brass line like this to make your own, but you're going to screw in your fittings. Hand tighten and then snug them down. Definitely going to need a rag of some sort. All right, so I'm going to make sure my lines reach into the reservoir. And you're going to snug these up. My fittings are 14, but whatever you end up using, maybe the head of it might be a little different. Okay, once that's snugged up, you're going to take out your filter. Put that off to the side. You want to push the lines into the reservoir. And we're going to fill up our master. And what this procedure does is it gets the air out of this system before you install it in the car. So now you're going to need something to insert into this piston area. Make sure it's something soft. You don't want to ruin the metal in there. And you're just going to push in and out. And you're going to do this till you don't hear any more air bubbles. That looks pretty good. At this point, you're going to use your plugs. You're going to disconnect your lines, put your plugs in real quick so that it doesn't drip all the way to the car, and while you're installing, it doesn't drip all over the place. You're not going to lose a ton of brake fluid, but it's advised to use the plugs. All right, so we're going to disconnect our lines. Make sure your drip pan is ready to receive them, because they will be drippy. I'm going to do one at a time. You can also put a rag underneath to catch the brake fluid. Okay, now we're going to move on to our other one. Wipe up your mess. I'm going to add a little bit more brake fluid because I lost a bit. Again, make sure you look at your cap for the type of brake fluid needed, or the owner's manual. It should say this is .3. Okay. All right, clean up your mess. All right, now you're going to put your filter in and put your cap back on. Then we're going to head back to the car. We are going to put some silicone paste on there. It'll help slide the master in. You can replace the seal if you feel you need to. Wipe any excess off. You don't need a ton, just a little bit. So now we're going to put our master cylinder in, line up the holes. At this point, your plugs are still in because you don't want it leaking everywhere. I'm going to put my bracket back on for the wires. Make sure that's flush. I'll put my nuts on. Hand tightened. Make sure you don't cross thread anything. And all right, if you can get a torque wrench in there, torque it to 10 foot-pounds. If you can't, just do the best you can. 10 foot-pounds is not much, so don't over-tighten. If you're using like a 1/4 inch drive, I'd say wrist tight. So now we're gonna take our plugs out and put our fittings, our lines back in. So I'm going to do that quick so we don't lose a ton of brake fluid. We'll make a mess everywhere. So 1. Remember, this one was a little tough getting out, so expect it to be a little tough getting in. Okay. And I'm going to snug that up with my line wrench. Now I'm going to take my plug out of this side and do the same thing. Again, initially there might be some fluid that comes out, so just try to be quick and get your line in there. Once we get it snug, we're going to snug it up more with our line wrench. So we've just snugged up the lines, and now I'm going to connect our connector. Once you hear the click, it's in, like that. Feels good. And now we're going to brake clean it off. Let that drip dry, and then I'm going to take my absorbent pad out of there. We are going to add some brake fluid in until about the max line. Put our cap on. Reconnect our battery using a 10mm. And now we're ready to bleed the brakes. All right, we're at our first wheel, the right rear. We're gonna then go to our left rear. Then we're gonna go to our right front and then our left front. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is take off this rubber boot. Don't lose it. You're gonna put it back on when we're done. This is gonna catch my brake fluid for me when I'm bleeding the brakes. Make sure you have a friend or somebody in the car to pump the brakes up for you. You can either use this or a drip pan. It does get really messy with a drip pan, so I do recommend getting a hose of some sort and placing it on the bleeder like that. After you place that on, you're going to ask your friend to pump the brake pedal up. So go ahead, pump it up. Holding. And then you're going to release, floor. I'm going to close it. And I'm going to ask my friend to pump it up again. Okay. It's on the floor. Close it back up. Pump it up. Holding. Open it up. Floor. Okay, I'm going to close it. And now we're going to move on to our next wheel, which is the other side in the rear. All right, now that we've done the back wheels, we're going to come up and check our master to make sure there's enough fluid in there. I'm going to fill it up to max. Put our cap back on and continue our bleed procedure over on the passenger side front. All right, so we're going to take our rubber boot off over here. All right, pump it up. Holding. Floor. Closing. Pump it up, please. Open to the floor. Closing. Pump it up. Open to the floor. All right. Close that down. And now we're going to go to our number 4 wheel, driver's side front. Make sure you put your rubber boot back on your bleeder. All right, so now we're checking our master cylinder, making sure it's full to the max. We'll put our cap back on. Clean any mess and pump your brake pedal to make sure it's firm. If it's not, then bleed the entire system again. Torque your wheels to manufacturer spec, which for this vehicle is 89 foot-pounds. Once you're done that, take your vehicle for a road test. Take a deep breath, because this job is done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.